I tell you what, I can barely see anything in here. I need some more light. Hey everyone, it's the Eclectic Handyman here today. Gonna look at this Father's Day gift that I got, and I'm really excited to start using it, which is this Craftsman V20 battery powered under hood light that I can use really to give me a lot more vision in what I'm working on, because it's just been a pain over the years with the type of lighting that I used. And one of the interesting things about even reviewing this is pretty sure that it's not sold in stores anymore, because I had to purchase it off of eBay and it was brand new. I don't know why Craftsman stopped making this or stopped selling it in stores, because it's super cool if you've already got the Craftsman line of batteries. So just pulling it out, pretty straightforward use here. It takes one of the batteries. It's not included in this kit, which, by the way, if you do want to hunt it down, or if they start selling it in stores again, this is CMCL090B. That looks like an 8, but it's actually a B. And so it's supposed to have here 600 or 1200 lumens, 20 volt max, using the battery, weighs about 6 pounds. Other than that, 2 brightness settings, which I've already gone over, between 51 inch and 74 inch. Now that might be important for some of you, depending on the size hood that you're using, folds for storage, and a rotating rubber clamp. And that's exactly what we've got here. This is going to protect the hood, so that's really cool. Now you're seeing a lot of these nowadays. You've got them from Icon at Harbor Freight. You've got Craftsman, Snap-on, and other brands. So there's many to choose from, but I don't want to have to go and buy another type of battery. And I also don't want something proprietary that was difficult. And the Icon one looked pretty cool from Harbor Freight, but you had to buy the individual lights and such. So I've got my 4 amp battery fully charged here. And we'll go ahead and put it on the light here. Slides right in. Turn it on. Woohoo! Wow. Let's go check it out of the car. All right, so over at the car, what I have been using for years is like these fluorescent Craftsman lights, and they do get a little bit hot. If you go to one of my really old videos, you'll see where I pull this out of the package, which was pretty cool. Craftsman Professional. I like them, but they fall. This one's cracked. They have a cord on them, and they just don't emit that much light. As I said at the beginning, like if I go in there, it looks like some, but the further it gets up there, and when you get deeper into the engine, and it just doesn't actually emit all that much. It looks impressive. Believe it or not, when you get it up here and it's hanging, there's shadows and such. It just doesn't have full coverage area. The other thing that I really like is this headlamp. This is actually one of my favorite things that I have. This is a Milwaukee headlamp, and it's great because obviously the light follows me around. The problem is this is run by 3 AAA batteries, and after about 30 minutes to an hour, it starts to fade away. And so all of a sudden it gets a little frustrating because you can't see what you're looking at. All right, to get it into its extended position, there's no buttons or release. You just manually do it. And also these will pivot around. So we'll go ahead and do that on both sides. That way the battery hangs low and the light shines out. And then it just uses a spring. So you put it on one side and then pull on the other. There we go. Kind of hangs right like that. Let's turn it on. Whoa, that is so nice. And then again, because you can pivot, that is incredible. I guess I'm just not used to having that much light. I can see so much better down into the engine bay or for whatever I'm working on. And it obviously is casting light across. Now, what'll be interesting is to see how long the battery lasts. They always show it in the picture with the 2 amp battery. I've got the 4. You know, it adds some weight, but it's not a problem because of how sturdy this is right here. So it's nothing that I would think would be any issue. I mean, you can go all the way up to a 9 amp battery if you want to.
A few moments later.
All right, some good news to report back on the light and how long the battery lasts. Finished my project here. I've been working for about 3.5 hours. Had this on the entire time. Might be a little difficult to see, but there are 2 bars left out of 3 on this 4 amp hour battery. So that's extremely efficient. So it works really well with that battery. but I can positively say this was a great investment. In fact, off eBay, I think I only paid $50 for it, brand new. So even though it might be a little challenging to find it, I think it's worth taking a look and picking one up for less than $100. You just can't say enough about making sure you have enough light when you're doing something like this. And these hanging lights with the cords, battery operated little power on your head that starts to fade, I think this will give it consistent light. Now let's check the different light settings. Okay, so that's a little bit lower. That's going to lose less battery. That must be cutting it in half to the 600, off, then back on. I imagine I'll be using it at full strength because it really helps me see in here. And again, you can rotate it so that if maybe you're working on the radiator or something a little bit more up here versus the back side. Like me, I got to be working on this throttle body right here to clean it up. Anyway, quick review. Love my Craftsman battery powered tools. I like that I can use the same battery on all of them. Anyway, if you found this useful, please give it a thumbs up. Check out the other Craftsman videos on the channel. Until next time, this is the Eclectic Candyman. We'll see you later. Where's the switch? Where is it? Pay attention. Ah, there we go.